I think that they were happy to play games as treatment, as intervention, right? So that kind of counteracted some of the frustration they felt. But in general, over the 1 hour sessions, we had no attrition. We had, in our study, we didn't have kids dropping out. We didn't have kids getting frustrated and ending the session early. So I think, yes, they experienced some frustration as they would in an intervention, but it wasn't debilitating, and it was actually kind of a positive, you have to put in effort to see results sort of frustration.
Hi, I'm Owen Gottlieb from NYU. I have another question about the biofeedback, a couple parts. One is I'm wondering about whether there's state dependency, whether you're finding there's state dependency given that there's a split between playing the game and the biofeedback action, because it's like there's an additional set of work going on there. So I'm wondering about after the fact whether whether the players had a harder time or an easier time reproducing that biofeedback training outside of training. I don't know whether you're looking at that yet. And then also how the gameplay moments affect the biofeedback tasking, because they're going to have anxious moments or other gameplay moments that affect it. So anything on those two would be really interesting to hear.
I can't definitively answer the first, because we don't have the ability in a 16-person, 12-week study to sort of make any, broad conclusions about that. But I think that because they changed games at will during the study, so they'd play a game for 15 minutes and then play a different game for 15 minutes, and that the trend was there, right? The trend was there that it was working. So I think as they switched games and did different activities, it still works. So that maybe has some suggestion. And as for the latter, I think that yes, game events did trigger kind of these situations that would instantly cloud over the screen, and that's good, right? Because that's how life works too. I mean, they're not going to be in a situation in the classroom, where it's going to be kind of this constant level of psychological arousal. There's going to be moments when they feel instant stress and have to learn how to manage that as well. And so if it's not dependent on the game, like if there's not that kind of weird pairing between the game and the biofeedback, the self-regulation, and that they're unable to transfer that, then that's a good thing, because we want them to be able to transfer this into their regular life. So I think yes, based on the games that they are playing, that it is transferable, and that game events did impact it, which is just like life.